Hello students, welcome to BioSmart Academy. In today's lecture, we were going to discuss about a very important topic, that is exocytosis. Exocytosis. Okay, this topic, remember, very important from examination point of view. Okay, and before this topic, I already discussed about in brief discussion about endocytosis. Okay, there were mainly 3 to 4, I think 4 to 5 lectures, I think 4 to 5 lectures on endocytosis are there on my YouTube channel. So please go and first watch all these lectures on endocytosis, then came here to watch this lecture of exocytosis. Okay, and you will definitely get 2 to 3 question on endocytosis. That's why this topic is very important. I already completed the whole topic of endocytosis. Okay, today I discuss about exocytosis. Okay, and after this discussion, this whole topic of exocytosis and endocytosis will be completed. Okay, will be completed. So let's start exocytosis. So what is exocytosis? Okay, see, first of all I want to give you a concept. Okay, as we know that when I teach you endocytosis, I already explain you that suppose this is a membrane. Okay, and this is the exoplasmic part of the membrane. Okay, this is the exoplasmic part of the membrane. Okay, please note it down. Okay, suppose these are the material, suppose these are the ligands. Okay, these are the ligands which need to be transported across the membrane. Okay, and these are the receptors which basically present on the membrane. So basically this ligand basically bind to this receptor, and it basically internalized by forming vesicle. And by forming vesicle, either it may be clathrin coated vesicle or caveolum mediated, it basically internalize either by the mechanism of macropinocytosis. Okay, any of this mechanism. Okay, I teach all this in my previous lecture, so please watch all that lectures. Okay, so then it basically internalize by forming a vesicle. Okay, either clathrin coated vesicle or caveolum mediated, etc., any of this. Okay, then after internalization, the receptor basically came in contact with the endosome. First it came in contact with early endosome, and then with late endosome, and then it finally fused with the lysosome. Okay, fused with the lysosome, then receptor or ligand, both are degraded, or either receptor degrade or either ligand degrade, and then the material basically transported. Okay, so in this way, this is the whole mechanism, or you can say whole concept of endocytosis. Okay, endocytosis. Okay, that is I basically mean to say that in the endocytosis process, this materials are basically internalized. Okay, basically internalize. Clear? But if we look the process of exocytosis, okay, in this case the material basically not internalized. If you look at this figure, this basically form the vesicle. Okay, this basically form the vesicle, and this vesicle basically fused with this cell membrane. This is the cell membrane, is basically fused with this cell membrane, and after fusing, it basically release the material in the plasma membrane itself. That is the material which is present inside the cell. It moves outward. That is exo means what? Exo means outside. Okay, exo means outside. That is when this vesicle which contain the cellular contents, that is protein or either any material, it basically move outward. That is exocytosis, and then it fuse with the cell membrane and it release the content there. Okay, so this is the mechanism of exocytosis. Okay, so here is the difference between exocytosis and endocytosis. In exocytosis, the basically vesicle is move outward and fuse with the cell membrane and release their content on the cell membrane or plasma membrane. Okay, but in case of endocytosis, the material basically internalize and here basically fuse with the lysosome. Okay, so this is a basic difference. Okay, now let's read the PPT, then you will get more clear idea. Okay, so basically exocytosis is a process of moving materials from within a cell to exterior of the cell. As I already explained you that it move within a cell to exterior of the cell, to exterior of the cell. Okay, and this process of exocytosis, require energy. Please note it down. This process of exocytosis require energy. Energy is also required in case of endocytosis as well. Clear? Now next, in exocytosis, as I already mentioned you that in exocytosis the membrane bound vesicle, which contain the cellular molecule, are transported to the cell membrane. Okay, where this vesicle are fused, and expel their content in the exterior of the cell, Okay, so this is a concept. Okay, that is membrane bound vesicle which basically contain the cellular molecule. They are basically transported to the cell membrane, where they basically fused with the cell membrane and they release their content exterior of the cell, Okay, now if you look at the diagram, then you will get a better idea. Okay, now let's look at the diagram. See, now after look at this diagram, you will get a clear idea. Okay, so this is the extracellular environment, clear? Next, and this is a vesicle that is formed. Okay, this is the vesicle that is formed, that I marked in blue. This is a vesicle, clear? And all these things that I basically marked in black, these are cellular content. Okay, these are cellular content. Okay, that is present inside the vesicle. These all are basically cellular content. Okay, these all are basically cellular content as a label. Okay, now this is a part of cell membrane. Okay, as the labeling is there, this is a part of cell membrane. Clear? Now, so in case of exocytosis, this vesicle is basically fused with this cell membrane. And then this vesicle basically release their content at the cell membrane or plasma membrane. So this is a process of exocytosis, that is from within the cell, the vesicle move to the cell membrane, where it fuse and release their content to the cell or plasma membrane. Okay, cell or plasma membrane. So now I believe that you got a clear idea about the exocytosis process. Okay, now we were going to look about the types of exocytosis. Okay, so now let's move to the PPT. So the main process important for removal of waste. It is also important for chemical messaging between the cells. It means signaling. Cell signaling. Okay, so this process is basically important for removal of waste materials. It also important for cell signaling process. Clear? So this is a basic idea of the exocytosis process. I think you got a clear idea till now that what is exocytosis process, the basic idea of exocytosis process. Now, there are basically three common pathways of exocytosis, which we were going to discuss now. The first pathway of exocytosis is known as constitutive pathway. Okay, constitutive pathway. What do you mean by constitutive pathway? The constitutive pathway means the pathway which was basically performed by all type of cell, which was basically performed by all cells. Okay, means this constitutive pathway performed by all cell, either fibroblast cell, hepatocyte cell, B lymphocytes, all types of cells are basically performed this constitutive pathway. All types of cell perform this constitutive pathway, either hepatocytes, antibodies, that is B lymphocyte cell, fibroblasts, etc. Okay, so what does this constitutive pathway do is basically exocytosis function to deliver the membrane protein and lipid to cell surface and expel the substance to cell exterior. Simple. So constitutive pathway basically deliver the membrane proteins. Okay, deliver the membrane proteins and lipids to cell surface and then expel their substance to the cell exterior. So this is about the constitutive pathway. Simple. Now the second pathway, that is the regulated exocytosis pathway. and believe this pathway is very important. Regulated exocytosis. So from the word regulated, you will get an idea that this pathway is basically regulated. Regulated means either through some signal or either through some hormone. This was regulated. Clear? And second important thing is that this pathway is not performed. This pathway is basically not performed by all cells. Not performed by all cells. This pathway is not performed by all cells. Clear? Now, so basically in regulated exocytosis pathway, it basically relies or it basically depend on the presence of extracellular signal, and by the help of the signal it basically helps in the expulsion or in the deliver of the material to the outside. Okay, and basically it occur in the secretory pathway. It basically occur in the secretory cells. Okay, secretory cells. And these secretory cells store products such as hormones, neurotransmitters, digestive enzymes that are released only when triggered by extracellular signal. Okay, so in regulated exocytosis pathway, it was basically occur in secretory cells, and these secretory cells store the products such as hormone, neurotransmitter, and other digestive enzymes, and these products are released when it was triggered by extracellular signal. So this is another pathway of the exocytosis, that is regulated pathway. Okay, and the last pathway, that was the fusion with the lysosome. Okay, so the third pathway for exocytosis in cells involves the fusion of the vesicle with the lysosome. And this organelle, that is lysosome, we all know that contain what? Acid hydrolase. And this acid hydrolase enzyme break down the waste material, microbes, and cellular debris. Okay, so these are the three pathway that basically occur in the exocytosis process, and this is the basic concepts of exocytosis and its three pathway. So students, I believe that you got a clear idea about the exocytosis, and I know that there were no other videos on YouTube. I already searched that explains exocytosis in this manner. Okay, so you will definitely get benefited from this video. Okay, so this is the exocytosis pathway, and so I completed exocytosis pathway as well. So this whole endocytosis and exocytosis basically topic, mechanism, pathways are totally completed. So please watch all these lectures. This will be very beneficial for your examination. Okay, the last topic that I need to be discussed with you all is that the transcytosis. Okay, the transcytosis. So endocytosis completed, exocytosis completed, and the last topic that is remaining is transcytosis. And I made and my next lecture will be on this transcytosis, and after this we will start a new basically topics of cell biology. That is, we will start organelle and how the protein targeted into the organelle. Okay, so we will meet on our next lecture. Till then, stay safe, stay healthy, stay happy. Thank you.